Hey, oh hey, it's Amber, back with another weekly movie talk. So let's get started. Jumping right in, let's start with the new releases for this coming weekend, which is April 22nd through the 24th. Like any Friday, there's a bunch of limited releases, and sometimes there's a lot of wide releases. There wasn't any limited releases that caught my eye. I mean, there's an animated movie called Charlotte that I saw that Keira Knightley's in, but it didn't grab me enough to want to watch the trailer. So let's just jump into the wide releases, which we have 3 new wide releases this weekend, which are The Northman, The Bad Guys, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And since I've already covered the trailers, gave you the highlights of my reaction to those trailers and the new release video, if you want to, you could go ahead and check out my opinions on those movies in that video. But let's get on to the changes for the top 10. So here are the changes for last week's top 10, which was for April 15th through the 17th. There's only 2 goodbyes this week, starting with coming in at number 14th was Sing 2 again, but I feel like this might be the final time we say goodbye to it. So it was number 10 last week, and after 17 weeks in the charts, it's probably saying it's the last hurrah. And the other goodbye we're saying to this week, coming in at number 11, was Spider-Man No Way Home. The previous week was at number 8, so after 18 weeks in the charts, it's goodbye to that one too, because if you remember last week, I did say something about it'll probably start dropping quicker because I think it's out on DVD and Blu-ray. That is exactly what I thought would happen. But let's move right along to see what actually happened with the bottom part of the top 10. At number 10 was Uncharted, which was previously at number 7, so that's kind of interesting being like back-to-back Tom Holland movies, because we're saying goodbye to Spider-Man at number 11 and then Uncharted is number 10. It's like one's following the other. At number 9 in its opening weekend is this movie called KGF Chapter 2. I have no idea what that is, but welcome to the top 10. And number 8 is The Batman, which was previously at number 5, so it's starting to fall quick too. But again, like I've been mentioning in the past couple weeks, we're starting to see more blockbusters coming out, so you're gonna see a more legitimate top 5 where it's interchangeable instead of people staying in it for so long. So seeing The Batman at number 8 makes sense with the releases we had last weekend, and will continue, I think, to make sense with this coming weekend as well. At number 7 was Ambulance, which was previously at number 4. And I think the biggest surprise at number 6 was Morbius, which was previously at number 2. And I also went over this in last week's video about how I didn't think Morbius was going to stay in the top 5 very long, so here's the proof. I wonder how the top 5 panned out. Oh hey, if you're having fun this week, make sure to like and share this video with other movie fans you may know of. And obviously don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos that I share. Great example being this past weekend I had to play a massive game of catch up with back-to-back 3 videos, I think? It might have been 2. No, I can't remember. It was either 2 or 3 videos that were just back-to-back-to-back. And if you're not subscribed, you wouldn't know that they happened. So definitely don't forget to subscribe. Now back to me. Real quick, let's go over my predictions from last week before we jump into the top 5, which those predictions again were for April 15th through the 17th. Some of these, of course, I felt like could go either or, but this is the 5 that I came up with. Starting with at number 5, I thought would be Father Stu. Number 4, I thought would be Morbius. Number 3, I thought would be The Lost City, because I think comedy would outweigh Morbius. You could watch last week's video to see that whole rant. Number 2, I thought would be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And number 1, I thought, with the opener being Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. So let's scurry over to that top 5 and see how it panned out. Main event, top 5 for April 15th through the 17th. At number 5, like I predicted, meaning I got it right, was Father Stu in its opening weekend, making $5 million. At number 4, surprising the shit out of me, but makes sense even though I still haven't seen this movie, was Everything Everywhere All at Once, making $6.1 million in its second week. At number 3, like I predicted, was The Lost City, making $6.5 million and keeping its same spot from the previous week, which was number 3. At number 2 was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, making $30 million and was previously at number 1, so you know what that means. At number 1, and its opening weekend, making $43 million, was Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. And granted, I know all weekend I was trying to stay away from the headlines, but I kept seeing stuff say a very disappointing low for that franchise, which I did get to see it. I enjoyed it, but short story, it was alright. I felt like it was missing stuff. Also, it's not a standalone movie, so if you haven't seen the other two, you won't understand what's going on. Did you see Fantastic Beasts this past weekend? Let me know what you thought in the comments. And cool, I got 4 out of the 5 right, so far this month I'm doing better than all the other months, I think. I mean, I probably just jinxed myself. Here are my predictions for this upcoming weekend, which is April 22nd through the 24th. Now, I think this weekend's gonna be harder to pick because we have 3 big movies opening, 2 of which I think could do some damage to the top 5, but we also still have 2 mega movies as well. So these are my guesses on what I predict might actually happen with the top 5. At number 5, I think it's gonna be The Northman, but I could also see it being The Lost City, so I'm gonna stick with The Northman being my choice for number 5. Number 4, I think, is going to be The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, even though I wouldn't be surprised if it hits in the top 3 because it's the Nicolas Cage movie we all have been waiting for. Number 3, I think it's going to be The Bad Guys because it's a new kid movie, but I don't think it's going to surpass Sonic the Hedgehog, but I won't be surprised if it does. Either way, I'm choosing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for number 2. And for number 1, I'm choosing Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, even though I could see The Bad Guys or Sonic the Hedgehog leaping back over it to claim that number 1 spot. What do you guys think? And just like always, when I remember to, I'll put my predictions that I just listed down below. So if you want to, we can compare each other's predictions and see who gets more right next week. That's a wrap for this week's movie talk. Thank you for joining me today, and like I always say, if you had fun today, make sure to like and subscribe and let me know down below. But until next time, tell your mother I said hello.